We're now moving on to floor stretches, which will involve areas for your legs, such as the hamstrings, as well as your hips. You will also work through a little bit of that lower back, so please proceed with your stretches cautiously, particularly if there's any movement that feels awkward or uncomfortable. Remember, just to ease yourself off, check your alignment, and if it's not suitable for you, avoid this stretch. Let's begin by getting you to lie down onto your back. Here, if you still need a bit of support for your head, use your towel. As we did at the very beginning of our stretches, just allow your body to settle onto the ground first with your knees flexed. Be careful not to have your feet too close to your bottom, as this will cause your pelvis to tilt. Nor are your legs too far away, as it may cause your pelvis to anteriorly tilt the other way, which could send a bit of tension into your lower back. So allow your pelvis just to release slightly. Take a moment for your body to settle, for the muscles to settle over to the curves of the spine. Start by bringing one leg into the chest and allowing the other leg to stretch away and switch over. So we're revisiting some of the stretches we did at the very beginning. Again, holding on to that knee, extending the leg, feeling a nice stretch through that top hip. And last one. And releasing it here. Now we're moving on to the hamstring muscle, those muscles at the back of our legs. Begin by stretching one leg along the floor. Your lower back is grounded. Breathe as you take that leg up. Point the foot and easing it down. So feel like you're drawing a line straight up the wall, up towards the ceiling. Flex it and draw that line back down again. And reach and gently flex through that foot. Point and coming down. You'll also feel some work going on through your hip. Lower back stays down. Stretch. Hold the stretch. Point it and releasing it down. Bring that leg in and allow your pelvis to settle into position. Prep for the other side. And flex gently. You may find this leg a little bit stiffer, as often is the case. Point and releasing it down. We're often tighter on one side of our body compared to the other. Breathe and stretch and lift. Hold that stretch. Point the foot and releasing it down. Again, inhale. Feel the muscles relaxing through that upper part of the body. Exhale. Flex the foot, breathe. Your lower back stays grounded. And point and releasing it down. Okay. Hug your knees in towards your chest again. Now don't be discouraged if your legs doesn't appear to come up as high as I'm demonstrating. A little bit of stretching every day and you'll find that your muscles will respond accordingly. The idea is to go slowly, practice regularly, and the stretches will come. Take your feet down to the ground now. Now it's time for us to move through the sides of the hips. So for this one, you may want to have your arms open just a little bit wider and away from the body. Take your feet slightly apart, a few breaths into position, and as you breathe out, very carefully let your legs come down to one side. Hold that tummy in to stop your back from hyperextending. So this is the shape that we're trying to avoid, that overarching of the back. Instead, pull the stomach muscles inward and then come back to the center. Taking it through the other corner, breathing out, and you feel that hip stretching through the top here. Inhale to the center. And repeat. Exhale again as we go across. And you may notice your shoulder tends to rise up a bit, particularly if there's stiffness at the front of the shoulders or the side of the chest muscle. And just let that arm come up if necessary. Breathe to the center. And breathing out. No forcing. And inhale to the center. There's a change coming up now. As we go across, we're going to allow that top foot to sweep over our body, bringing that knee to sit right on top of the center of our chest. coming down. Lower back settling position. Exhale and start to sweep that leg up and over the body. And down you come. So a sense of scooping and lifting your leg off the floor. Exhale, coordinate it so you're breathing out, knee up. And down you come. Once again, ideally you want to try and hold the stretch between 10 to 15 seconds and holding it there. And to the center. Now if this next one is too strong for you, stay and continue with the variation that you've just completed. As you take that leg up, the opposite arm is going to come behind the knee and hug that leg into the chest. Coming back to the center. The intensity of the stretch will vary from person to person. If you're extremely stiff through your hip and your lower back, you will feel the stretch a little greater through the area of the hip. If you're a little bit more flexible, perhaps not as much. And then inhale. And exhale as we take it across again. Allow your shoulders to melt into the floor, wrapping your arm around the back of that knee, holding that leg in. It's on a zigzag shape, flexed at the knee joint, and coming down. And breathing out gently, draw the abdominal muscles in, scoop the arm behind the knee, and coming back to the center. Remember, during the holding positions, it's important that you don't hold your breath. The breath should be relaxed and flowing smoothly. Here, we're going to tuck your knees in towards the chest, so part of your abdominal muscles will be involved in the stretch. We're going to send our legs straight up towards the ceiling, just off the 90-degree angle. And if anytime you need to hold your legs, just do so. Releasing it down. So the emphasis is on pushing the heels away. So imagine you're holding up the ceiling. Press the front of your thighs towards the back. And coming down. Once again, and we stretch and hold. And releasing it down. Place your feet on the ground. Once again, we're going to work through the inner thigh muscle and into the deep groin area. Open your arms to the side. Soles of the feet together. And if this stretch feels a bit too strong, you can put 2 blankets, one under each thigh, in order to help the knees elevate slightly, just to bring some support and stability across your pelvis. Remain here for a few seconds, open wide, allow the ribs to soften into the body, noticing for tension through the neck, shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. And then come back up to the center as you hug your knees once again towards the chest. Wrapping your arms completely around your legs. Flex your feet. And point. And we flex. Medium resistance, remember. And we point. Once again, and flex, and point, and then just release your legs down to the ground and remain grounded for a moment. Give your hips a little bit of a shake. Shake out through your arms, your shoulders. Shake out your thighs, your calves. Take a few deep breaths. Now start to slowly roll yourself over onto your side, completely onto your side, and use your arms to help you into a sitting position. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you are feeling more in touch with your body. Try to include regular stretches into your daily activities. And when you're ready to progress, please join me with Beautiful Stretches Level 2, where we'll start to include some strengthening exercises. See you then.